Okay, today I'm going to be doing an oil change on my 2015 Ram 2500, the turbo diesel. And I've already went ahead and I learned from my first time I did this to switch and use a bucket to drain the oil out. And went ahead and put a piece of paper down. Last time I got most of the driveway covered in oil. I didn't realize how fast the oil comes out. So, like most people have, an issue with changing the oil filter on these engines. As you can see, it's tucked up under the wheel well, and it's most people have a hard time getting them out without spilling oil. I've used the drop-in bag method, and it still leaks oil because you got to try and get the filter out through this small little area right here, and you got to tip the oil filter basically at a 45-degree angle to pull it out. So I thought I'd try something different today, and I'll show you what that is. Okay, so back here at the my little workbench here, and this is my replacement filter using a man filter. And anyway, before I've tried, like I said, I've used the plastic bag method. It works okay, but you're still going to get some oil coming out of there, especially with the oil being up to temperature. So I went and made this little gizmo right here. It's basically similar to the types that you've seen online where you screw in a aluminum like billet cap into the top. But anyway, I didn't feel like spending $30 to pay for one of those. So I went in and came up with this little gizmo right here, and we'll see how it works. Okay, so what you do is, with this, has a rubber grommet at the bottom. Basically, go ahead and put it inside the oil filter screw-on end, for lack of a more scientific definition. And you go ahead and turn this little screw down here, and what that does is tighten, a little hard because I'm trying to do it all with one hand, tighten the, expands the rubber grommet into the hole. Anyway, I can only do it that tight because I'm using one hand. And anyway, to keep the oil in place. So we'll see how it works in a real-life application. Okay, so we got the, I've unscrewed the oil filter. It's kind of sitting there. It must be a ledge or something, or a cross member that it can sit on. So now we'll see. I'll go ahead and screw my little cap on, or tighten my cap on, and we'll see how it works. Okay, got a glove on. Let's see what happens. I really don't want you to get these things out. Alright, I'll tell you what, you can see it's pretty much upside down. It's not leaking, but I gotta get two hands in there to manipulate and get it out, and I'll get back to you. Okay, back at the bench. I got the filter out with my little cap on there. I'm gonna pour it over this and see if anything leaks out. Well, looks pretty good. Yeah, the key is trying to get the wing nut on the top there tight enough so it makes a really good seal around the outer ring, so it doesn't leak out of there. But anyway, seems pretty good. I will put some oil in my new filter and screw the top on and see what happens with that. Okay, so I filled the new one up with oil. We'll do a little leak test here. Looks pretty good. We'll go ahead and put this back in the engine compartment. Okay, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Anyway, so it's full of oil. Don't seem to be leaking at all. almost got to put it all, you know, upside down just to fit it in there. All right. All right, so we got it dropped in place. No oil leakage. And we'll just unscrew the cap and screw the filter back on. Okay, so I got it's loosened up the wing nut, pull it off. You do have to get in there with both hands. That's why I couldn't film it doing it. Just doing this by myself. So you got to get in with two hands, kind of hold the filter, and then loosen the wing nut. And this wing nut just comes off. You see, and full of oil. We'll just go ahead and screw it back up on there. Bottom line is, it worked much better than the bag method. And unless you got a super thick bag, or you double up some freezer bags, that thing's gonna leak. The oil's hot and it's a mess. With my little cap here, I mean, there was really no leakage. Did put a rag there. Pulling it out, I did have maybe a drop or two come out, but nothing, you know, that really made a mess. You know, rag absorbed whatever few drops came out, and I think that was just because I didn't get in there with two hands and tighten it up good enough. But anyway, I'm pretty happy with it. Made getting the filter out a lot easier without oil going all over the place. All right, thanks a lot for watching.
Okay, I wrapped up the oil change, and I was actually pretty happy with the way the little filter cap worked. Like I said, a little bit ended up seeping out, but I think that's just because I didn't tighten the wing nut tight enough. One modification I think I'll do to this is put a little bit bigger wing nut on there, so I can get a better grip when it's in the engine bay. It's a little hard to get both hands in there and hold the filter and turn the wing nut at the same time. So a bigger wing nut, I think, would give me a lot more grip, and there'd be absolutely no problems at all. And once I had the filter out and filled it up with oil and installed it back in, there's absolutely no leakage at all, even with the oil filter going in completely almost upside down to get it back in. I also went ahead and installed one of these engine oil drain valves for my truck. This is the part number right here. So that will make changing the oil that much quicker next time. So actually probably get it done in half the amount of time. And I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like on the truck, the drain valve.
Okay, back under the truck. And that's the drain valve on the oil pan. You can see the little lever up front there. You just basically pull it out and twist it, and it drains. Oil will drain out. So a little small hole so the oil doesn't come gushing out like with the regular bolt that's in there. Once you take that thing off, you better have a pretty tall bucket under there to capture all the oil. Otherwise, it's going to splash all over your driveway, like I found out the first time I did the oil change on my truck. On this one, you could also put a piece of hose on there, on the end there, a nipple, I guess, and drain it out that way. So it's going to work out pretty good, I think. All right, guys. I hope this video helps you guys change your oil on the your Ram trucks. Thanks a lot for watching.